You give an introduction of yourself?
I play with plastic, and I like to stick it on my body.
There are children present.
I don't know what else to say. My eyes are blue. Strawberries.
I'm Izzi Keener. What do I do?
Did you just say Keen?
Huh?
Did you just say you Keen? Izzi Keener, I Keen.
Yes, I keen. I like watching her stick plastic on her body.
Most people
And
do.
I got started
Strawberry.
For charity reasons, actually. I do a lot of things with like Make-A-Wish, Shriners, things like that.
Whoa!
I'm Megan Golden. I've been cosplaying. This is like my second year. I started because I wanted to be a Tomb Raider, and I started cosplaying Lara Croft. I actually have my 6th variation of her that I've made on Saturday. So I'm excited. Follow your dreams. Next.
I'm Tom Carr. I am a writer, director, actor, and costume designer for local companies and films. I do a lot of my own stuff, a lot of period stuff, historical stuff. And I got into it 8 years ago because I went to my very first kind of convention and went, okay, I can do that, and just started doing it. So, yeah, that's why I'm into it.
I know that it says here that I'm Juliana, but that's really long-winded. You can call me Julie.
I like Juliana.
Hi, Julie.
Julie.
I've been doing this for about 4 years now. My first convention was Anime Banza in 2010, and my friends actually pressured me into doing cosplay. And then I was like, I like this. So I kept at it, and here we are.
Awesome. I always like to open these panels up because there never seems to be enough time to ask questions. So I always like to open these up with anybody that has any questions they'd like to throw out at right at the start. Yeah.
Have you ever cosplayed as Heath Ledger?
Glad to hear about how I got these scars. Funny story. I think I'll tell you afterwards. Everyone else looks a little bored.
I think that means yes.
Actually, the truth is no. I've never gotten the costume together.
Any more questions? Yeah.
What's your guys' opinions on like buying certain costumes?
If you can, do. If you can't, but don't feel bad about it.
Exactly.
That's a really excellent way of putting it, actually.
Yeah.
I think it just, to me, cosplay is doing it because you love it. It doesn't matter how you do it. The exact definition is dressing up as a character of fiction. So really, that is just up to, it's totally subjective. It's your interpretation, and no matter how you want to do it, as long as you do it, you're having a good time, and you're doing it right.
Yep. No, you're perfect.
Yeah.
What's the most bizarre cosplay you've ever done?
I'm working on one right now for Comic-Con 2015 here in Salt Lake that Megan knows about. I mentioned it the last time. A male version of Kaylee. So that was the strangest. I've never done a female version cosplay before. So that's been, I'm almost done. I thought I'd be finished for this one, but I didn't. I needed a couple more things. So that's probably the bizarrest one I've done.
I'm trying to think. Because all my costumes are kind of weird. The most bizarre one that I think I did was a female Itachi because no one understood. I was like, the lines on my face, guys. But, you know, it was, I don't know, I kind of met halfway between female and male, so I kind of brought them together because everyone was like, I don't want to be rude about this, but at the same time, I don't understand. So that would have to be mine.
I don't know if I've ever done a bizarre costume. I made an R2-D2 Mickey Mouse crossover because I wanted to be George Lucas and Walt Disney. I mean, it worked. It was pretty cute, so I don't know how bizarre it is.
this better. Anyways, my favorite costume is actually DC Comics' The Question. Because when you walk around without a face, it is awesome when people turn around and go, oh my gosh!
All right, I want to ask the panel this. How did it feel the first time somebody wanted to take your picture?
Incredible. You want me to take your picture?
Why am I? They're all these cooler.
I felt super flattered. I mean, how would you guys feel if somebody asked to take your picture? You don't say no. No, you can't have my picture. Oh.
I thought it was a pretty cool feeling.
It's kind of surreal because you're like, what? Me?
It almost makes you feel validated because I was like, you know that I'm Lara Croft? That's awesome because I know that I'm Lara Croft. So just like having people like understand and like really appreciate what you're doing, it just feels really awesome.
Yeah.
I was okay.
Yeah.
When it comes to cosplaying, have you any advice to someone like me who's wearing my black and every character will be white?
Oh, honey, do what you want.
Do what you want with your cosplay.
I love that question.
I'm going to tell you something that I told someone that called me fat as a consequence. I put the costume on so she is today. That's all you got to say. Because then they go, and it's...
And I'm gonna say this. You can do anything you want, okay? It's the opposite. I think it would be really strange if a white person tried to do a black character, although it's possible. I'm afraid it might cause a lot of, what are you doing in your face? So but you have, go with it. Some of the best costumes I've seen are, and I've loved seeing girls do the guy characters. I just love it because it's like stepping.
I love dressing like men.
The way that I see it, like cosplay knows no exactitude. It doesn't know any race, any gender. It doesn't matter how tall you are, how thin, nothing. It's just if you want to do it, then you have that power to do it.
Absolutely. You do cosplay for yourself, and you don't do it for anybody else. And if anybody else tries to tell you differently, you tell them, come find me.
And most of the time you're doing cosplay in a setting like this, I get looked at weird when I wear this hat somewhere other than a con, okay? But I wear this hat all the time in the wintertime. But I come here and people want to take my picture, okay? So it doesn't matter what you wear at the cons. If someone disrespects you here, yeah, you let us know.
Well, we'll take care of it.
I'm Gannon.
I don't play. Look at Mary. Keep playing.
So now that brings up the question, what character do you want to do? I'm curious now.
Tell us.
Yes.
Please.
We may steal it.
Feel free to use the microphone also, you guys, so we can hear you.
Yeah, there's
Yeah, stand up. Stand up. Stand up.
Yeah, I
Stand
always
up.
think.
When you stand up. Stand up. Oh, you're so cute. Oh, look at that little
I can
Tino
only see
head.
Tino. I can only see Tino.
I won't pet it.
Who am I talking to?
Nerve team.
What do you want to cosplay? Tell us.
Tell me.
Oh,
Do it.
Yeah, do it.
Do it.
Go for it.
Do it.
And rock it. Say, yeah. I'm black and I'm beautiful.
Just to add to that, all I want to say is that Michael Clark Duncan made the best Kingpin ever. Enough said.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Very good point.
And also, if I could just, touch on that subject a little bit more. No, like, so many different artists draw the same characters, and they're never the same in any two works. I've seen there's so many characters that have been done so many different ways, so many different, like, genders and races, it really doesn't matter. As long as you appreciate that character, then...
And let's get scientific on there. Alternate universes? Come on now. How do we know he's an African-American Superman?
Do you guys know, like, Scott
come
Pilgrim?
on.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World? Mega Scott?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, please do. Please.
All right, more questions.
Questions.
Way
Yes.
in the back.
Yay, great.
After this
of the competitions vary depending on what the category is. For example, the Salt Lake Comic-Con one, they have a category where you build your own costume and then you build a costume onto it. You add onto it, so you can commission somebody or you could buy it and add onto it. I believe a lot of the rules for contests are you have to do like a certain percentage of it. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I've judged a few, and I tend to like the ones who go a little bit more character or perform than just walk up and show and then walk away. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you know, I seem to think that if you're dressed like, people ask me all the time, I'm the hero of Canton. I'm not Tom Carr. I am the hero of Canton. Be the character that you are. Why you're dressed as that character.
Especially in something so performance-based. Your costume can be amazing, but if you walk out there and you're like a little bit shy or timid, it might just take it down a notch. But if you just go out there and you just are that character, as he said, then I think that you can rock it. Be like Tyro up there.
Exactly. Be Beyonce.
That's the
Get on stage and be Beyonce. That's my
I'm
Beyonce.
always Beyonce.
I am not.
I gotta just put a ring on it. But
All right, more questions.
Anything.
I know we're weird and awkward, but you can ask me.
Yeah.
This is kind of weird, but do you guys get crap people wanted attention? I don't know. I feel like you have more problems with it.
I am so sassy that no.
Well, I don't know.
You mean flirtation-wise, or?
Flirtation-wise, negative body image towards you, things like that, like you were saying with your uncle,
The best way to deal with that is to have, number one, confidence, which sounds easier than said and done. But the second thing is to not accept it. Don't accept anything like that. The minute you put your foot down is the minute that guy goes bright red and turns around and leaves. So when someone comes up to you and is like, hey baby, can I get your number, girl?
Can I have it?
Can I have it? And you're like, no. No, thank you.
Should I be disturbed if someone came to me and said, hey babe, can I get your number?
I would like to say, what is your name, by the way? Bobby, you are beautiful. Anybody who tells you anything different is a butthole and a liar. Okay? So you don't take anything that is negative about anything you ever do. Okay?
It takes a lot of confidence to put on a costume and walk, and courage,
It takes courage.
and walk into a situation that you're in right now. Even with all the costume people that are out there, it takes a lot of courage to do that. I mean, I have the utmost respect for people that just start off, even if they only have a t-shirt or a mask, or they're just trying, because they want to start and do it. I have the utmost respect for that. And that's how it started. It started with me in a hat. Seriously. And it just went from there.
You can't change the words that come out of someone else's mouth, but you can always change the way that you choose to react to them. So you can take anything negative, anything positive, and you can take it however you want to. You can take it to heart, or you can just blow it off, ignore them, stand up for yourself. Whatever way works best for you, but don't ever let anybody discourage you from doing what you want to do.
No way. And a big thing for me is that whenever I get in cosplay, because you make your own or you buy them, you get excited, and then you put the cosplay on and you go, zam. Look at yourself in the mirror and you go, I'm pretty, I'm important, and no butthole, as Ash put it, gets to tell me otherwise. And seriously, if they do, sass is the best thing. I'm wearing a wig that doesn't really do it, but a hair flip and a sassy look is literally all you sometimes need to do.
I just got a little excited.
That came straight out of the Beyonce handbook. Just so you know.
Beyonce
I don't have any hair t-shirt.
right now.
All right, what is the strangest thing that you found and you've turned it into a costume, or you've turned it into something else?
Oh, I've literally built costumes, armored costumes, out of bras and underwear. I take whatever I have and I just put armor on it. Not just wearing the bra, but this was made from a bra, believe it or not. And I've used leaves in strange situations.
That is probably one of the strangest answers I've heard.
It's okay.
How do you follow up to that?
Moving on.
Yeah.
Where do you guys find most of your stuff?
Internet?
What was the question? Where do we find it?
Where do you find this?
Oh, I'm a big dumpster diver, actually. I like to pull a lot of my materials out of the garbage. Oh, that, Izzy!
I actually go shopping in my own closet because cosplay has turned me into a hoarder. I'll have like something that I've never worn that I've purchased, and I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna wear this, but I might use it for a costume. So I'm like, I'll be going through all the clothes, and I'm like, I haven't worn that dress.
You think
like,
she's lying? She's not.
I have
I
actually.
think that it is something. Like I've gone to stores. One year I bought a Batgirl costume, but the adult size was too big for me, and the little kid size was like a little bit too small. So I just cut it up and made my own Batgirl costume out of it. Pretty much, like I just collect things, and I'm like, I could just use this later. This drawer, it's obnoxious. Beautiful.
I've actually done. My wife has actually been throwing something away. I'm like, what are you doing?
Don't let her throw it away.
No,
It's a piece of paper with some fur on it.
I brought a new vacuum.
It's an eyebrow. Yes.
Thank you.
It's a unibrow. It shall be.
I bought a new vacuum because my other one broke, and I kept all of the tubes and the pieces because I'm like, I can use those. Dr. Octopus, I need them.
I actually have a lot of people in my family that are crafty. Like my aunt is a seamstress. He's not my grandpa, he's my best friend's grandpa. Therefore, the law's best friend is also my grandpa, was a plumber. That was a long-winded thing, I'm sorry. He hoards PVC pipe. So much pipe. So we always have a plethora of pipe. So she has.
Just wanted to say plethora.
I so did. Actually, if I can use that word, I will. So my aunt has scraps of fabric that I use. My poison ivy is literally what Megan said. It's stuff from my closet. I had old shorts that I didn't wear and had paint on all over. It's a tank top that literally has a hole right there that I covered with leaves. It's everywhere, actually. I pull cosplay from everywhere.
I have a Doctor Who costume. It's Tom Baker and David and Matt that I can just change out. It's the same costume, but I can just change a couple of things and boom, it's multi-purpose. That's how I do a lot of my costumes.
Yeah, a lot of cosplay is just looking at what you have and going, I can do that with this. I mean, honestly, Savers is your best friend. If you don't know where your local Savers is and every other Savers around you, learn it.
Also, Halloween stores, right after Halloween, they discount the crap out of everything. So I have like 8 tubes of fake blood. I'm not exaggerating. They are the best.
If you ever need any real blood, I'm also a ghost hunter.
Good. Yeah, okay.
Yikes.
Scary.
Yes, question.
I have an arsenal.
I found most of mine online, but the thing with them is when they come, they're a mess. I actually have found a technique to straighten them. It's a pain in the butt, but it works really, really well. So I'll actually, this sounds so strange, I'm just glad my boys aren't here. I will actually straighten out the wigs and like cut them and do things that a manly man probably shouldn't do, but have fun doing it.
What are you saying about me?
Same thing I'm saying about me. No, one of the coolest ways I've actually straightened out wigs is really, 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 really hot water. And I bought a Christmas orb ball kind of thing. It was just the right size that I put the wig on. So yeah, online, but you have to do a lot of work to them to get them to actually look right.
eBay is my best friend.
eBay.
And it's really super sketchy. Okay, so sketchy to buy on eBay. So what you do is when you see a wig seller on eBay, you need to check the reviews and comments because they can do bots that, counts. But this is an eBay wig. It came out of the package so floppy and you could see the layers. It was terrible. But a little bit of maintenance on a crappy wig can actually go a really long way. You just have to be careful with anything under $10. Don't do it.
Asian City.
Asian City is awesome because they have wigs that are like $25 to $40, and they're normally pretty good quality. They actually have a booth somewhere in the vendor hall. I don't know what number it is, but that's how I found out about them, and I started going there to buy my wigs, or I get lazy and I just dye my own.
Also, if you're really creative, you could YouTube a tutorial on paper wigs. And that's like shredded paper. And you put it together and it works. You!
Let's do our wig.
Are they pretty good?
That's where she got hers.
Erica says yes.
Yes.
Erica approved.
We got a thumbs up.
And they let you try them on if you really want.
They let you try them on, which is really hard.
That's how you get lice. I actually bought a wig online that came to me and it had dead lice in it. I did not. Yeah, it was pretty disgusting. So the whole don't buy anything under $10 is probably a really good rule. Where were you 5 years ago?
It's terrifying.
Question? Way in the back there.
Out of all the ones that we've done, is that what the question
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a couple. Well, my very first cosplay from, that I considered was a cosplay was my Samus Aran. I liked that one. And my recent one, I just made a Daedric from the Elder Scrolls. It looks incredible. Woo! I'll wear it on Saturday. You guys can come see. Don't eat it. It's just...
Oh, is it me next? My favorite is probably my question. Just because of the ordeal I had to go through, I actually have a vacuum formed mask to my face that I had to pull cloth over. So, you can see about that good. But, there's just a lot of work put into that one and got a custom tailored suit. And so, you always feel sharp in those.
I'm just going to give anybody a wild guess as to what my favorite costume is.
Mickey Mouse?
So wait. On the count of 3.
Wait.
1, 2, 3.
Laura
Creative.
Croft.
Everybody knows that.
Both.
Although I do love your Han.
Thank you.
She does a good Han.
I do like dressing up like George Lucas, but normally no one's around. My collection of George Lucas beard is just outrageous. But yeah, Lara Croft is my favorite. I grew up I just love that character. I grew up playing the games, reading the comic books. I even like the Angelina Jolie movies. It's fine. But it's just the one costume that I can always go back to, and I just feel 10 times cooler wearing that.
I have 2 actually. Badger from Firefly.
Oh!
That one is awesome. And probably my second Doctor. Not David Tennant, but the actual second Doctor. Which I will be wearing tomorrow. Although the wig still needs a lot of work, but I will be wearing that one tomorrow.
That's what the night before was.
My favorite one would have to be my Battle Armor Princess Celestia. It was my first attempt in armor
Whoa.
ever. It's all made out of craft foam, and I was terrified, to be honest, because everyone's like, use Warplet, use Sintra. I'm like, those are words. What are those things? So it's all made out of craft foam, and then I had a friend of mine make me a bow, and it looks really sick. Take my word for it. I'll wear it tomorrow, but it's really sick.
You had a question.
What's your go-to item for making something like you find? For me, it's craft foam, but what's your go-to item? Craft foam?
First off, did you make that?
Yeah,
That
isn't
is
that awesome?
crazy.
Hold it up for me.
That is so. Hold
Isn't
it
that
up.
incredible?
Flop that. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's bonus. That's craft foam.
No, this is house insulation.
Insulation.
So cool.
You beautiful human being.
This is craft
Yeah. My go-to is Warbler all the time, and I like buying it and crying.
It's so
Oh, talk to me, Boo Boo. We'll walk you through it.
My go-to, it's not really material, but E6000. E6000 will keep anything together. That or Gorilla Tape. We put together a Star Wars Scout helmet with Gorilla Tape about 5 years ago. It's still together. All the plastic is being held together by Gorilla Tape.
hot glue. And by the end of that convention, things were just falling off of me, and I'm like holding myself together, and I'm just like, this is really awkward. But then I gorilla glued it, and it's gonna be stuck for the rest of time. But yeah, I like adhesive. I try Velcro, magnets, hot glue, anything that I can stick things to. I like it.
I'm not really like the building kind of stuff like that. I like to put the costume together, the clothing and stuff, and find things. But I'm building Vera, an actual full replica of Vera. It looks just like it. It's not done yet. So those who don't know Vera, shame on you. But yeah. Gorilla Glue and duct tape has become a very big fan of mine, especially the different like styles of duct tape. I think it's pretty cool.
Let's see. Well, as far as like fabric goes for me, I always go cheap because I'm poor. So this stuff is the super lightweight. I don't remember what it's called because I'm awful, but this was like $3. So $3 a yard for Merida was like $20. So it was go to the whole right-hand side of Joann, which they all ignore because they don't want you to spend that much money. But that's the go-to for fabric for me because they have all kinds of different fabric and it's not very warm. And so I can literally pretty much make anything out of it. Plus, I'm a craft foam base. Anyone's like, how do I do this? Craft foam. Hot glue, spray paint.
I love spray paint. It's the best.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys have any suggestions for like what would be the best for like a mech-esque suit?
Explain what that is to me.
Like
Like a mech suit?
Yeah, mech suit.
What are you trying to build?
All out 3 power.
EVA foam.
Warblood.
EVA foam's a good one. What Warblood's crazy, it gets hard. So it's if you were to flick her in the nude right now, it would go.
What? Don't flick me.
Cosplay is not consent.
It's not consent. Don't do that. But she would make a hard like noise.
What is happening?
EVA foam. I'm saying that if
Don't
you
touch
her,
me.
it would make a horrible noise. It's hard. Is what I'm trying to say.
It's kind of more entertaining down there.
But EVA foam is not. It's squishy. So if you want something
sturdy too.
it's sturdy, but it's
Let me give you some real advice. Wearing a suit all day, it's going to be heavy and hot. So if you want to drag your ass around in plastic all day, you're going to sweat, first off, a lot, profusely. EVA foam is super light. So if you decide to go with foam or something, then you can keep in mind that you have mobility, you can carry stuff, you can use props. When you start getting into heavier stuff, you gotta limit yourself and you gotta decide, okay, I can use this prop, or I gotta go with a smaller prop. Does that make sense? Are you hearing me, boo-boo? Okay.
Let's go you right there, and then we'll go to you.
How do you balance between the comfort and making it look good and authentic?
There is none.
There is no balance.
you either are super hot.
What are comfort?
I know.
I'll be honest with you. I am doing my my second Doctor Who tomorrow, but I'm wearing tennis shoes instead of the shoes that I normally have for it because I'm up all day long and I'm a wuss. I'm 43 years old. I can't walk around in those shoes anymore. I just can't do
The
it.
biggest thing that I can say is take breaks. Make
Yeah.
it so it comes off easy. Go hide in a corner and just take it off and air out. Like I know it sounds gross, but
The truth, well, let me just touch on that. The truth is, with any costume, you're going to wear it, you're going to find things you don't like, things that are uncomfortable, and you're going to go back and fix it. Or you're going to say, I can live with it. I mean, I am like the only trooper in the garrison that can do push-ups in my armor, just because I went back and made little changes here and there. I mean, either you want to change it or you don't.
I'm like the total opposite. Almost all of my costumes are comfortable because I like wearing stretchy clothing. Everything I have is like spandex.
You're designed for stretchy clothing. I am not.
I know. I'm in that same
I look
boat.
like the people of Walmart in that stuff. So, yeah. You go ahead and wear that. Man. You go right ahead.
In defense, one time I did Poison Ivy and I wore heels and never, ever, ever, ever again. The ones I'm wearing now are like this big and so that's totally fine. But yeah, stretchy clothes.
That's one of the reasons why I like my Jane Cobb costume so much is I have these.
What are you doing?
These awesome combat boots that I could wear like for a month. I love them. So that's why I like this costume.
Right now I'm wearing Vans underneath my Merida dress. Vans.
That's why I'm designing a dress costume so I can wear Vans underneath it.
Who's next?
Armor guy, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Which is incredible about
That's metal, dude.
Talking about different items. This is real metal. I am 60 pounds fat, plus the armor.
You're beautiful.
You're beautiful,
great.
yes.
But just kind of going off what you said, I come with handles like this just to sit down and take a foot off my feet. It helps. You get a lot of people that say, "Hey, cool costume." I get pictures. This is my first year, by the way.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah, we need to talk afterwards because I need to build a chest piece for a costume I'm working on.
Okay. I've got some friends, some shady friends.
He's got some back alley armor guys.
I'm way too old for shady friends anymore, so...
Yeah, I mean, just like for me, it's like the pieces of the armor that I left back in my car. Like I do have a skirt that goes on this chainmail skirt. I'm not going to wear that, and I do have a helmet. And I said, hey, I wanted to see things today.
That's a good goal in everything.
I'll have all of
Sight.
on the last day. So we walk around, I will have the helmet. But yeah, just take breaks and make sure it's not too heavy. I can't do any push-ups.
Don't feel bad.
Don't feel bad. I can't either.
Yeah, don't feel bad. I can't do push-ups either. So, again, that's why I don't wear the stretchy clothes.
Next question.
I think she had her head up for a minute.
Yeah, let's go right there.
I can tell you a really cool thing. What are you making? Tell me what you're making. Tell me your secrets.
My family thinks I'm the strangest person in the world because I love to sew, and I go off of store patterns, but I'm a Pinterest freak. I love Pinterest. My scouts, my boys in my ward think I'm strange because Sunday I'm looking at Pinterest. But yeah, I use the patterns mostly store-bought. I adjust them a little bit for myself. I learned how to, add things so they're not stretchy.
Okay. So what I would recommend is saran wrap. You take saran wrap and you wrap it around your body a whole lot, and then you tape it, and then you cut it down. No, talk. Which section are you making? First, have a good cry.
That's parenting well done.
And then talk to Merida down there, because I don't know sewing. I can't sew.
Yes, you can.
That's a lot. See, now we're all liars.
So basically, what I've seen done, I go off of, I buy patterns that look similar, and then I alter them.
Yeah.
Because looking at Assassin's Creed, first of all, I want to cry for you. And it's difficult. First thing you need to do is have a dress form or the duct tape one. So you can duct tape yourself in there, cut it out, fill with stuffing, and then you're going to want to get either crepe paper or muslin. And you're going to want to draw on it. But you're going to measure it. You have to know how big you are and everything, which is stressful. So easy route is buying a pattern and altering. Difficult route is YouTube tutorials and eyeballing. So I know that there's a lot of amazing cosplayers that have done Assassin's Creed, a lot of male cosplayers that have step-by-step how they did the jacket and everything. So the internet is going to be your best friend.
All right, now, yeah, you had it. Yeah.
Microphone.
There's a microphone here, everyone.
Yay! Somebody found the microphone.
So I'd like to start by saying I'm a Megan Golden Ash Sweetring super fan.
Woo!
Yeah, you guys are the greatest. I like you other guys too, but also I'd like to ask: is there a cosplay that has intimidated you guys, outside of your wheelhouse? You want to do it, but it's so intense that you don't have the capacity or whatever.
Yeah, whatever costume I'm working on. I like to choose the hardest possible costume. I mean, Daedric.
Yeah.
It looks pretty tough. And I saw it and I said, I'm going to do it. So I did.
It's so difficult that you can't.
Yeah.
Literally impossible.
There's a lot of tears.
What can't you do? Like,
Mine
I want to be
is
Iron
building up
Man.
inside of me. The one costume that would be my dream costume that I don't know if I'll ever be able to make. I want to be the Megazord from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Because that's just it.
My dream cosplay is Smaug, though. I would like to do a Smaug one day.
The one that's intimidating me right now is, I don't know, any Terry Pratchett fans out here? Woo! I'm a huge Discworld freak, and I'm making a Sam Vimes costume. I don't know if you may not know, but it's armor, leather, it's a chest plate. It has intimidated the hell out of me because I love to sew, but for some stupid reason, I can't make capes. I cannot make a hooded cape to save my life, so that's intimidated the hell.
You can borrow mine.
Okay.
Anything with sewing intimidates me.
Me too.
I'm like, look, I can cut out a pattern, and then I go over to Julie at Mass Costume. She's awesome. I go, hey Julie, here's a pattern. Put it together for the month. Awesome.
Yeah.
What is a mistake you have made with the costume, and how can we avoid a similar mistake?
I cut things out backwards all the time.
That's an awesome question.
Measure twice, cut once.
It's not a mistake, it's weathering.
We were putting together costumes for ToshoCon, and we were making. I was Goku, and we were making these orange pants. So we have the fabric laid out, and we have the pattern, and we're going.
And I got cocky. I got really cocky.
We're like, yeah, we're gonna get this done in 2 hours, no problem. My costume's gonna be finished, even though I was finishing it in the car on the way there. So we have the pattern laid out, the pants are cut out, and I hold it up, and I was like, there's only 3 legs. Because somehow we needed one leg for each side, so that we would have 2 full legs, and I had 1.5. And so what we did, we just made we pretended like it was a giant gaping hole.
Giant, not even just giant. Half her leg was showing.
Oh my gosh, I looked like
Bambi. It was just. And the number one way we could have corrected that was to plan it out beforehand instead of laying a pattern in the middle of our stupid material. Don't lay your pattern in the middle of the material.
But it worked out. I got in a really aggressive fight, so it just splattered blood all over my leg, and I'm like, that'll do. They won't even notice, even though I look like Bambi because I have this big, fluffy orange pants and just tiny little skinny leg in the middle of it.
I thought it looked good.
Thank you. Yeah, where did we get Bambi? Bambi has skinny legs as well. That's where I was.
Oh no.
Yeah, you had a question. Right now, it's the Sam Vimes one. That one's I'm already into it about $150.
I made the Queen Elf's dress from Lord of the Rings with the sleeves, because I'm on a Black Friday for some reason, and without the discount, it would have been $109. With it was $75. So it was a lot of fabric for nothing. Super expensive.
I don't want to talk about this. My Daedric is running probably $500 or $600 right now.
Phew.
I like to spend my money.
I've been hiding receipts from my wife because if she finds out.
I like to save them.
And I'm not even a quarter of the way done with the Sam Vimes costume. If she finds out, I'm a dead man. Crap! You're gonna be Tom's doing this. It's on Facebook.
I don't ever save receipts because I just don't want to know. But I know my answer is obvious. Tomb Raider, only because that's the costume that I just continuously upgraded.
Do you have 2 or 3?
I have
Just
6.
6.
6 of them.
That time, the first time I met you, I had 2. Now I have 6. One short year.
Mine would probably be, I started with the 501st, so I started with a Shadow Stormtrooper. Then I bought extra pieces, and it became an Elite Nova Trooper, then a Basic Nova Trooper.
And then it
of
became a
course,
problem.
you had to have the voice module in the helmet, all enclosed. So in that one, I think I stopped counting after about $1,200.
Jeez!
That's a car off of Craigslist. That's a car.
What's the cheapest costume you've ever made?
My cheapest costume is I come as Alan Pinkerton occasionally. I threw it into a budget of the film, so I didn't have to pay a damn dime for it, and I kept it. And it's my Badger costume as well from Firefly, so that's probably the cheapest costume. Pay a dime for that thing.
Yeah, I think my cheapest one, either Ash Ketchum or Han Solo. I have this thing where I like to recycle articles of clothing. The boots that I'm wearing right now are the ones that I use for Han Solo, and I spray painted them green so I can use them for Hydra. I've just got, I have these blue leggings that I've used for Thor. I wear them regularly. I've used them for Han Solo. I just like to recycle things, and so those are always my cheapest costumes, the ones that I'm like, oh, this will work for multiple things, and those are the kinds of things that I like to buy and add to them. But yeah, those ones are awesome. Those are also like the comfy, lazy costumes where I'm like, this will work.
Yeah, like my Doctor Who, like I said, I've got 3 Doctor Who's that are basically one costume. I just change a couple of things and boom, or add one thing or something like that. That's probably, I love adding to costumes.
Yeah, my cheapest one was, I just made it to Poison Ivy. I didn't have to spend anything on the base. I bought 3 vines that covered everything, and then I bought fabric from Walmart that's the train. So
I'm trying to think. It's probably a good tie between Cubone, which I'm not even gonna lie, I took a lot of the material from my friend Aaron, so it was free that way. Or probably Ash or Hannibal. Hannibal, I used a lot of leftover material and leftover warbook. So I don't do cheap.
Yeah.
But I do plan out money.
Yeah. Don't sit down, just do it. I mean, seriously, I walk through my wife hates me going to the DI because I'll see something, I'll go, I could use that. I don't know what for, but I could use that. I'm taking that. I'm buying that. And we just bought a house now. We've been living in an apartment for a few years. So I just bought a house with a full basement. And the first thing my wife said to me is like, oh God, you were going to have that basement full of costumes, aren't you?
My best advice would be, well, for example, my first cosplay was the Samus. I would just sit down and play the game. Or I would read about her, or I would dream about her.
I dream about her too.
No, just get really involved with whatever topic you're cosplaying about. And take breaks frequently. Don't get too overwhelmed with the costume. You're just going to wear yourself out.
You know, that's a really good point. If you're going to dress like somebody, you should know who you're dressed as and a little bit about the character.
Yes.
Yeah. If you want to dress as a character, that's fine. It's great. But if somebody walks up to you and asks you who you are, for the love of God, know who you are.
Okay, you got 5 minutes, so hurry.
Yeah.
If you're a girl and you want to dress like as a shirtless guy, for example, like Pyramid Head or any shirtless guy.
Yes. My best advice would be to find a nude-colored shirt and then do body paint. Find somebody who can airbrush you and have them airbrush you. Or you could just do the nude shirt, or you could go nude and wear a nude bra. Do what you want.
I had my friend make a muscle shirt. She took 2 shirts and made muscles out of cotton, so it looked like boy, but it wasn't.
It looks like boy.
It looked like boy, but it was not boy.
Quick questions.
In terms of like ease, fun, just like overall experience, who do you think has more fun cosplaying, guys or girls?
I don't think
That's
there's
up to
a
the
right.
cosplayer.
I don't think there's a right or wrong to that.
Girls.
Just want to have fun.
I think a lot of guys overthink it. So.
Really? You think that? I have seen some of the most intense female costumes ever.
I don't really think that there's a difference between who has more fun. It's whoever wants to have more fun.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Can I get an amen?
Amen!
Friends! Way in the back there, yeah. Queen.
Cosplay supplies. Yes, that or Yaya Hand sells it. Oh, if you guys have haven't met Yaya Han, go meet that. Go meet her. Go meet her. I just love Donner. Let's see. You could also find it online. If you don't want to go right with Warbler, try Wonderflex. It's a little cheaper. It just has a little less versatility. So, Cosplay Supply.
There was somebody back here. Yeah.
I was just wondering,
I am Ganondorf from the Legend of Zelda series.
Stand up and twirl, everybody.
My turn. I'm Eric Draven from The Crow. Can I sit down now? Okay.
I am Madam Hydra / Viper / Ophelia, whichever name she feels like going by that day.
I am the hero of Canton.
My name is Merida, and I'm from Brave.
I think we could do one or two more questions. Make them good.
We're getting a nod back there, so yeah, come on.
Okay, cool. One or two good questions. Give me a good one.
They've all been good questions, but we want to really, yeah, go ahead.
Which cosplay do you get most in character with?
Merida.
Probably Badger. I carry an apple with me.
I'm feeling really predictable right now.
I'm going to say it's not Han Solo.
It's George Lucas, right?
It's R2-D2, right?
That was a secret. Lara Croft. I don't know why I answer questions anymore.
Ooh. You know, I just go out and I have fun. I'm not quite sure I do one more character than the other.
Mine's probably Samus or this one. This one I get a little cocky in. You, hurry.
And there goes the aggression.
So a friend of mine decided to take on the challenge of working with pastry pattern, and she has no idea how to just match up the seams. Any advice for that?
So like paisley, like the stuff that like lamps in the 70s are made out of paisley. You have to be very, very conscious of number one, where you cut your fabric at the store, and where you cut your fabric on the pattern, because the pattern will say you're supposed to sew. So it'll say sew this piece to this piece. So she's gonna have you. It's like making a puzzle. It really is, and you have to be very conscious with that. At this point, I would say put the seams in the back if possible, but not anyone's gonna care. They're not gonna walk up to her and be like, "Your seams are wrong."
All right, so last question here for the panel that I'm going to ask, and we'll wrap up. Did we have one other question?
One more.
Yeah, okay.
Quick question. If one of you guys ever worked with resin, have you guys ever poured resin?
Yes.
Yes.
Ew.
Yeah, that's why I need to have some help with the chest plate.
A little bit, and then you like boil, and then you like.
Yeah.
It was too hot. Did you heat it up too much?
Filling up this globe with two hemispheres, hot glue together, and a little bit of hot glue, and we got all the back.
Oh my goodness.
Is this on YouTube?
There was nothing in the video that said, "Oh, by the way, it's going to get 120 degrees."
Yeah.
A lot of the times, resins need to breathe still, so they still need a constant oxygen source in order to harden completely. So it could be that the hole that you were pouring into wasn't big enough to accept oxygen into it, or too much catalyst. Yeah, that was what I was thinking. Too much hardener.
All right, last question for the panel. What is the one piece of advice you would give anybody that's starting into cosplay?
Have fun, guys. Have the best freaking time of your lives. You're not all going to be young forever, and you're all young. Don't
Speaking of age, cosplay at any age is a panel that's happening tomorrow, in case anybody wants to come to that.
11 a.m.
I'll be
Room
there.
150G.
And Megan will be there.
I will be there talking about getting old and stuff.
I'll be
That's
flirting
probably
with
why
him
I
from the
wasn't
audience.
invited. Because
I'll be sitting like right here again.
Basically, all that I can say is don't care what other people think, first of all. Easier said than done. Second of all, do what you want to do. Do what you which my But so just go out, have fun, don't care what other people think. Post pictures wherever the heck you want. Don't feel like because you're fat or you're not white or because you're you know, you could be purple and be Naruto, and I'd be like, I love you.
That's it. You have now encouraged me to wear the stretch pants. My one. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Izzy.
Yeah, mine is find a purpose. If your purpose is to go out and have fun, go do it. If your purpose is to go hang with friends and get a group together, go do it. Personally, I like doing like things with Make-A-Wish and things like that. That's my purpose for actually getting all this together, is to go out and see a kid smile. Just
she's coming after
us.
us.
Find a purpose, because that will drive you.
Make friends.
I see you. I see you back there.
And the one thing I would say, and this is probably the hardest thing, but I've had to learn it, no matter how long you've been at a con, no matter how tired you are, if somebody comes up to you and asks you for a picture, smile and do it, okay? Because it takes a lot of courage to put on a costume. I think it takes a lot of courage for a lot of people to ask you to take their picture as well.
And love yourself.
And love yourself.
Do what you love and love what you do. I learned that from the
Thank you, everybody, so much. Enjoy the con.